Hello, my name is Mary Grace, and I am here today to talk to you about Great Lakes Fairtrade coffee. Now, did you know 40% of the coffee that comes out of Honduras is made with child labor? 40%. That means these children, instead of going to school and getting an education, are trying to help their support their family by going to work in working for coffee, working for cocoa. It's very distracting, and they are unable to get the correct education that they should be getting as children and are forced to work instead. Now, this statistic is from the International Program of Eliminating Child Labor. Just to give you a heads up, it is a real statistic, and I just want to let you know that, your everyday regular coffee could have 1% of child labor going towards it. And how crazy is that? Same with chocolate, as I had mentioned earlier. It's just super unfortunate, and that's why Great Lakes Fairtrade Coffee is trying to put an end to that by having it be fair trade, which means zero child labor ever. Now, what does fair trade even mean? And that's why I'm also here today, to help explain that and get it all figured out. Now, the biggest thing about fair trade is equal pay and good conditioned working conditions. So that means no one's really going to hazardous working conditions. It's all safe, and their pay is equal. So equal pay, as in the form of fair pay, I guess, also means that they will be making enough to support their families so their kids don't have to work. It also means that their kids are working, and that also means that they're able to support their family and bring in enough money so they can put it back into their community, and also make sure that their family has enough food on the table every day to support them. Now, another big thing about fair trade is that it tastes better. So as you guys are drinking in front of you, that one sample, you can tell it tastes a little different, and that different makes it better. And it's able to taste that way because they're made in smaller batches. Now, these smaller batches help because the farmers care about what they're serving and what they're selling to us and what we give to you. Now, we harvest it, and we perfect it and roast it, we roast it. And they harvest it and bring it in. Now, so they care about the original taste, and the perfect bean is what they're looking for. So taste, smaller batches, that really helps too about fair trade. And the other thing is our relationship. Not only do we have a relationship with the people that we buy our beans from, but you're able to grow that relationship, and you're able to share that relationship with your customers. Now, this relationship also helps you know where exactly this bean's coming from, its origins and all of that. So customers really like that. And so that's also another thing that can make you stand out from the other coffee stores in the area. Now, let's talk about the Reds and the Tigers. I'm just kidding, pulling some Cincinnati and Detroit sports talk out here. But as we know, we don't play each other a lot, but if we were to, there would of course be a rivalry, being from Detroit and you guys from Cincinnati. Now, going about that, there might be a rivalry, but our coffee, what we care about most is growing a relationship and growing a community. So this what means, while we are originally from the Great Lakes area, Detroit, we want to grow a community and a relationship with Cincinnati and with you and your customers. And not only do we want to grow this relationship, but our farmers want to grow this relationship with you. This means we're able to grow and create these stories and share these stories about coffee and translate this from local to national to global. We can share these stories and build this community all around coffee. And lastly, affordability. I know you're thinking in your head, well, why doesn't everyone do this? Now, the answer comes down to mass quantities. While some big companies like Folgers and all of them, they can't find the exact farmers that can produce as much coffee as they need. But since you guys are a smaller company with local customers, it's not too big of a need for this coffee. So you guys will be able to support our coffee throughout your company and make sure that all of your customers have it. But so really in the end of the day, why don't all smaller local coffee companies have fair trade coffee? No idea. Now price really doesn't change it that much. You see, when you buy in bulk, honestly, it's more affordable than what you're paying right now. As you can see, the prices really are very similar to what you're paying now. If, as you can see on some of them, they actually are more affordable. And so that's all that really changes it. Because we are able to buy in bulk for some of these smaller local farmers, they are able to give great discounts while also still making enough to help support their family. Now, another factor of why it's also able to still be this affordable compared to what you're using right now is because we cut out the middleman. While in some ways you can think of us as the middleman, but we are still roasting the coffee, so we're doing a part of the job for you. Now, you won't have to go through 10 different people to help and try and get you the right coffee for local. Well, I guess the state up north. We are from Michigan, we're Detroit. So we're not local, but yet we're still local. We care about your customers just as much as you do, and we want to make sure everyone's happy. So, as I'm sure you've heard and tasted, here's another sample we have. This one's from a southern area of Honduras. So with that, as you've heard and tasted, just want to let you know that we also do offer a discount. Since this will be your first purchase, if you guys are interested, we will cut you down to about 10%. We'll give you a discount of 10% off your first order of 10 bags or more. So this is a great discount, and we also look forward to building this relationship with all of you guys, and so that if you guys are interested in purchasing further along, we will be able to grow a relationship and give you even further discounts on our roasted coffee. So if you guys have any other questions, I'd love to help answer them, and I really hope you guys are walking home with some of our Great Lakes coffee.